Good morning, good afternoon. We are 4 seconds into the recording. Oh, we're 1 second into the recording. Whoa, there we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you are at, we are in the latest evening, and we are back with another episode of The Real Wrestling Show.
Dash blog.
And we are The Real Wrestling Show, talking about what we believe to be The Real Wrestling Show, which is telling us
AEW. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, older and above the ages of 15, we proudly bring to you the greatest wrestling blog, best friend, tag team champions in the world. We got
the fuzzy-faced, bald bastard Big Z, accompanied on my left or right-hand side, depending on how the video is decided to record.
the phenomenal Dorsey. Together, we make up The Real Wrestling Show.
Dash Bloggy O. And we're back with episode 108, 218, 118, 108, 108, 218, I think. We think, who cares? But oh yeah, we talk about Dynamite, talk about Rampage, talk about Collision, and a couple of other bits and pieces about rumors of wrestling at the end. So I'm going to start off as we have been doing with our standard practice now. I'm doing Dynamite. We'll both talk about Rampage, and Dozie's going to finish off with Collision. So starting off with Dynamite. In ring, it was the Jericho Appreciation Bye-Bye.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Something I'm finding this fact thoroughly entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why they done it, but I don't know.
Is Don Callis going to screw him? Go, we've decided we don't want you in here. And Jericho's left all alone.
No, I think they're going to have Widow Spray and Jericho singles match with All In. Don Callis is going to come down clapping Jericho and then bang him with a chair, screw him over right at the end.
Yeah. Oh.
Sure, that's my guess. Okay.
That's good, man. There is definitely going to be some sort of a twist. Like, it would be nice to see that if it just ended up being Don Callis and Jericho joined forces for a little while, rather than it being too much of a screw job straight away.
Yeah.
You know, that might be cool as well, but we don't. Sammy Guevara says that he's not deserting Jericho. He's just going to go off to his own thing. Jericho needs to sort his shit out once, and if he needs him, Sammy will be there.
Yeah, I like the way that they did the Sammy way with it.
Yeah. It was the promo itself, for myself, was a little bit long.
Yeah.
Like everybody having their thing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, like 2.0, they could have just done their own thing. I did like how Fathead did his promo. I like that. You know, quite forceful, which he's done all the way through his promos. Gonna do a meeting, be there. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So that was cool. But yeah, nice promo to start off the show. Then we had a backstage promo with Renee. Jericho gets interrupted by Don. Says, "My bad if I played any role in the Jericho Appreciation Society splitting up." And Jericho says, "Hey," in a really like needy manner, "Hey, I've got an answer for you next week." And Don's like, "I'll suck your dick, Jericho," and all that shit. Like, do you know what I mean? And then he's going to make a statement next week.
Yeah.
Which, I hope that he goes, "Nah, we don't need you in it now." And then Jericho's left on his own. And then potentially Sammy will be like, "Oh, Jericho." You know, therefore giving Sammy the power and Jericho being his follower rather than leader. But possibly. AEW, man, the ideas are endless. Next up, though, we had our first match of the evening, which was the Young Bucks versus the Hardy Boys. Bit disappointed in the Bucks winning it. But it does make sense, like, you know, especially if Jeff Hardy can't travel for All In, it kind of eliminates them from being in anybody going, "Oh, they could be in a trios match." It's like, no, they just lost. You know what I mean? So they've just lost. Can't be there. But yeah, talking about the match, we had double team by Hardy, front suplex onto Matt Buck or Jackson. Dodgy double Alabama slam by the Hardys. It looked like Matt Hardy had most of the weight, and he's lucky that Matt's elbow didn't come down and smash him in the face. Slow pin, double team by the Hardys. That was where Jeff Hardy was like kind of standing around like, "Oh, well, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be doing something? I'm not sure." Poetry blocks with... What's that?
This is bad with drugs normally take over. Oh, no.
yeah, this is where the drugs stop me feeling the pain. Poetry in motion blocked in a corner by Nick to Jeff. Nick hot tag does his bit where he flips out the ring at the end of it, blah, blah, blah. Nick dive with Matt bluffing, so it looks like Matt's going to do the move, but he doesn't. He ducks and Nick does his dive. Quite like that, the way that Matt executed his part. Double stomp onto the knees, double team by the Bucks. Matt Hardy using Nick's leg to hit Matt and then hitting the DDT to Nick. That was nice. Good little spot. Jeff pulled off the apron, going for the tag. Sick side effect to Matt Jackson. Jeff hot tag. And we know what his hot tag is. His run of moves. Does that. That was pretty cool. Gets 2 count at the end of it. Whisper in a win by Jeff. Gets 2 count. Super kick party. 3D gets 2 count. Nice to see the 3D being used by somebody.
Yeah.
Even though we're like, oh, that's a shadow machine, but a little bit different. It's like, no, that's the 3D, but a little bit different. We'll call it the shadow machine. You know? Double twist of fate by Jeff and Matt, but Jeff is a little bit slow on it because he goes for the kick rather than just executes a move. Jeff hits a swanton, gets 2 counts. Twist of fates again. Jeff goes for whisper in a win, get kicked off the corner, falling down, which I quite like the fact that where he had that fall the other week, and whether or not that was a planned fall or not, that one looked a bit dodgy the other week. But the fact that he's doing a couple more like it, it's almost like he's like, well, let me get up there, like, and just let me get my feel for it, and for a couple of times, I'll fuck it up. I'll deliberately, you know, pull out the move.
Yeah.
You know, so I won't go for whisper and win. I'll just go up there and I'll fall off, and we'll sell it to the fans. Like, do you mean? If that is the case of what they're doing it excellently well. Just a face kicked off, falls down, BT trigger to Matt Hardy for the finish of the match. It was a good match. 5 moments. Matt Jackson.
Yeah, I agree, Matt Jackson. I'll agree with you on the Booker. Yeah, it was a decent match. I thought it was a bit short, considering it was the Hardys and the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
But
I felt like it was eliminate. I felt like it was a way to eliminate him from All In.
Yeah.
You know, but that's me as a one fan. I'm looking at it as a fan's mind, actually.
Yeah.
But probably not. But I get this. I get the speculation that Jeff Hardy probably can't travel.
Yeah.
Because he likes to party. Who likes to party? You like to party. We like to party.
And if you've got an alcohol problem, I got to be honest, hanging around with a bunch of people from the UK is probably not the best place to go.
Look what happened to the Sandman outside the Newport NCLA, like wrecked part of his face. After the match, handshakes. Then the Bucks call out FTR. They just say their names and they appear. Ooh. Then one of them, I think, grunts. The other one says Wembley. Someone else says All In, and that was it. It was good. It was a good promo. I'm not going to lie. It was good. Next up, we had a promo video. Adam Cole, MJF at a trampoline park. This was incredibly funny.
Yeah.
This was so funny. I was literally lolling.
Lolling?
Lolling. Laughing out louding. Proper, mate. Hard. MJF finds out that dodgeball exists, and then exactly what I thought was going to happen, he goes and smashes a load of kids in the face with dodgeballs, which was hilarious. Then we had a promo backstage. BCC talked about Lucha Brothers Challenge and Pac being off for Wembley. Probably going to be pissed off at that, Pac. Blah, blah, blah. Is Pac injured or is Pac not injured?
Pac's injured.
Do we reckon? Or is he going to turn up in a
great way to swear for sword, and because he'd get a huge pop if we're not expecting him, especially. See, we're going to get a huge pop anyway.
I feel like he's injured.
Yeah, me too. I feel like they would be pushing him in the advertised match. But
at the same time, what a huge pop that would be. You know,
exactly.
It's not like they have to advertise anything. No. They already sold the tickets without announcing a match. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got Eric Bischoff going online going, I don't think MJF should be in the beginning show. Fuck you, Bischoff, you dickhead. You're not relevant anymore. Anyway, back to what I was saying. BCC talking about Pac. Hopefully Pac will be at Wembley. That would be very cool. Next up, we had the FTW title, which was Jungle Boy versus RVD.
Oh, who? What have I got?
This was a great match. This was.
Yeah.
RVD looked like he'd never skipped a beat. Looked a lot better than AEW's performance that he had on this Dynamite show than he did in any match that he had for TNA.
Yeah.
He looked real sloppy, real out of touch in TNA.
Yeah.
Or Impact Wrestling.
Whichever. You know why? Because his wife was with him.
Yeah, it might have been that, but he's still with his wife. It's just,
yeah. I'm not saying he's not with his wife. It's just she wasn't there to distract him.
Yeah, but ultimately, RVD looked incredible in this match. I'll say it now, RVD man of the match. Jungle Boy rushing RVD early on, doesn't even get to have the word damn said in his name. Scissor pin by RVD straight away, gets 2 count. Very nice move, always loved it. Spinning leg drop onto the guardrail by RVD was sick as fuck, executed perfectly. Jungle Boy gets a table, can't set it up. He's like trying to push the rings up the against gravity. I mean, flip it over, Jungle Boy, flip it over, and it'll do his job on his own. Jungle Boy thrown into the post, but tries to roll into the ring and kind of bashes himself on the ring.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
And then RVD's like moves into the center. He's like, are you stoned, bro? And then rolls him into the ring. Chair to RVD and then pushed into the corner of the ropes. Dodgy elbow by Jungle Boy. Looked like he actually connected with RVD's face. And RVD actually reacts like it as well. He just kind of falls down to the mat and he's like, oh, fuck. Like, I mean, but RVD looked like he put his hands up like that.
Yeah.
But then Jungle Boy come underneath it.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go check it out, whoever. I'm reading the wrong one now. What a dickhead. Jungle Boy doing the Rolling Thunder and misses. Monkey flip by RVD. Good old monkey flip. Chair. Okay in corner. Well, chair drop kick. It doesn't say okay, it says DK. Chair drop kick in the corner. Rolling Thunder onto the chair, gets 2 count for RVD. Split moonsault missed, and that was a little bit scrappy as well. Like he had to readjust himself up in the corner. Ref gets hit with the chair, and then the chair stays on the ropes.
Yeah, that was cool.
Never seen that in all the time I've watched wrestling.
Yeah, even Taz said that on commentary.
It was just a fluke. Like, because I seen it straight away, and I was like, oh, look at that. And then they started talking about it. So it was me that influenced it. We hadn't even done a blog, and Taz is talking about the shit that I'm talking about. Rolling Thunder on the chair. Chair lands on the rope. I've just said that. Poor spot. Jungle Boy pushed off the top through the table where he hit him. And then he did actually push him, but you couldn't see it on the screen. You couldn't see it on camera. So when he pushes his leg from low down, you can't see nothing. And it looks like Jungle Boy just jumps off. So that was a bit of a poor spot. Frog splash for the ref is down. RVD gets 10. Aubrey then comes out, gets 2 count, apologizes to RVD whilst that's happening. Jungle Boy hits a low blow. Head first into the chair to RVD, then pins and finishes the match. Like I said, RVD man of the match. And I give it 7 moments. Big moments considering, well, I'm not considering anything. Good. 7 moments.
Basically, he's basically saying, RVD, you still got it. 7 moments. Let's go.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty good match.
Yeah.
Then we had a promo backstage with, it says Dave, but I don't think that's right. Lucha Brothers and Alex talk about brotherhood, about Pac, how you injured our crew. We're going to fuck you up, BCC. Then we had a promo in ring, Adam Cole, MJF. This, again, went on a little bit long, but it kept my entertainment until like halfway through. And then when Roddy Strong came out and then MJF was like, go home, yeah, do this, yeah, blah, 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 Taylor Swift, blah, blah, blah. That was hilarious again, to me. But Adam Cole says he wants the ROH titles. MJF says, you want me to wrestle twice for you, some sort of sick pervert. Roddy Strong comes out and literally moans like I want to do it, hit him, like, do you know what I mean? His voice is so annoying, like,
Yeah, like a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it like that, but yeah, what you said. MJF tells him to go listen to some Taylor Swift. The Kingdom come out. Adam Cole has a pop on MJF and then immediately apologizes because he's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, don't get angry."
Yeah.
Uh,
My ex-girlfriend. Oh my god.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Look, I gotta talk, so I gotta go see him. I gotta go see him. Oh, check on your boy." And then MJF makes the scene look as though like, "Yeah, that was all cool, man. That worked well." Do you know what I mean? Like, let's just carry on with this, carry on with it. Which took all the like heat off the moment sort of thing, but allowing people to be like, "Yeah, get back to the celebration." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then this is where the show went a bit shit. Next matchup was Mox and Claudio versus Lucha Brothers. Now, it wasn't for the fact that the match was shit. The match started off slow and then built up to the end, which then had a couple of moments, but the crowd were dead
Yeah.
in this match. They were dead, like, but it's no surprise after that promo.
What, people fell asleep?
MJF tries to start a promo battle as well.
That promo.
Yeah, MJF tries to start a promo battle in that promo as well, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
What was it? You skinny noodles, so pale white, whatever. If you were in the 80s now, Hogan would snort you. It's fucking wicked, man. It was so clever. But yeah, then that's what I mean. There was so much going on. There was so many good lines and stuff. Then to go into this match, like, don't get me wrong, you got Mox in it, and it's like, oh, I'll get crowd reaction. Like last week, nobody cared about who was in the match. They just wanted to see Mox enter the ring. You know what I mean? And then it got to it, and it was like nobody now cares about this at all. So getting into the match, Lucha Brothers out of the crowd, hitting BCC. Then they hit the dives, double stomp by Penta. Phoenix hits his dive. Made in Japan gets 2 count. Mox is bleeding for some reason. I didn't catch it. Did you?
I think it was just because Mox was on the show. He's got like, it's like, you know, like people get bonuses if they score goals in football or soccer. Mox gets bonuses.
Yeah, Mox gets a bonus every time he bleeds.
Fair point,
Yeah,
bro.
I do think he opened up the hard way though. Something to Phoenix gets 2 count. That can't be right. Because you was not even in the match.
Yeah, but he interferes, doesn't he?
Yeah, I can't read my writing. 2 count. The crowd are dead. Yeah, said that already. Clover by Mox. Spinebuster. Spike pile driver. Double team. Gets 2 count for BCC. Claudio can't pick up Phoenix. Go in for the electric chair or what is it? A doomsday device? The electric chair drop position. Puts his head underneath his legs like, and then he can't pick him up like. It's like in that position. There was, unless Phoenix pushed himself off that rope, there was no way he was getting back up. Do you know what I mean? No way he was getting his leg from in front of him back underneath him to pick Phoenix up. No way, like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, a bit of a fail there by Claudio Castagnoli. Phoenix reverses it into a pin anyway. Gets 2 count. Penta makes a tag. Everyone does their favourite. Chops back and forth by Claudio and Phoenix. Terrible bit by Penta off the top. Claudio just waiting around once again. That's happening quite a lot. Mox Penta chops back and forth. That was proper good. Terrible spike driver by the Lucha Brothers. Phoenix jumps off and like does the spike part, and then Penta is like reading a magazine or something. Like, oh yeah, sorry mate. Doosh, and then drops the move. Yuta grabbing the leg. Phoenix comes off the top to the outside, taking out Yuta. Mox hits the roll up after Claudio steals the mask of Penta. Penta is therefore not able to defend himself. They didn't catch that very well on the camera, and I don't think they were supposed to. No. Even though you can clearly see Penta's face quite a few times. Yeah, and that was the end of the match. My man of the match was Phoenix. BCC win, and I had 3 moments.
I had 4 moments now with Penta. I'm a bit fed up with the mask thing now. They're not just doing it to win person either. It's like anyone who's got a mask, rip it off.
Yeah. Well, it was House of Black last time, though, wasn't it?
It doesn't matter who's doing it, mate. It's like, stop it. It doesn't need to be every storyline. It's like SmackDown. Like you've got like, I know what was it, David versus Goliath. It's just, it seems to become that storyline. I know, like Rey Mysterio was always David versus Goliath. Every story now it's mask. Everyone who's got a mask, got to take their mask off.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, it shouldn't be as much as what it is. Like, but there hasn't been no stipulation of like, right, loser loses mask or anything like that.
Yeah.
You are seeing, or I'm reading a lot of in like AAA and stuff like that. That's happening
Yeah.
quite a bit. Like,
But that's their thing, like, do you know what I mean?
I know, but like
That's
once the luchador loses their mask, though, that's quite a transition in their career, isn't it?
yeah, big time. With Eddie Guerrero.
But I don't want to be seeing it on like AEW all the time. Like, so I do agree with you. Like, but let's move on. After the match, there's a beatdown. Lucha Brothers on the Lucha Brothers. Claudio puts on Penta's mask and beats up Penta. Then we had a promo backstage with Alex Marvez. Omega says he has plans for All In. Do you remember what else he said?
No.
No, I completely, like, when I was noting on it, I completely overlooked what he was saying. I was just like, I was looking at his forehead for some reason. Like,
Don't know what I was doing, but I was going to rewind it, but I really need to pee. I went for a pee and I was like, oh, don't worry, big deal about it.
yeah, no, I didn't. You are not allowed to go to peas anymore. Just to go one further, you're not allowed to put peas on your food either. Next up, we had a promo in ring. Swerve, AR Fox talk about Nick Wayne. Darby comes out, tell the whole story. Fox, you were a junkie, is what I got from the whole message. I mean, like, you were a junkie, you had your own demons. Yeah. Well, I could be wrong about the junkie thing. It could just be like, look, you were suffering with depression. You were suffering with some sort of issues.
Alcohol, I reckon.
Alcohol, maybe. Then he says, all this over me putting in a word for Nick Wayne. Well, look at you. You got what you're without my word, which I did like all the sentiment that Darby gave and the storyline, the angle. It was proper good, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Says then it goes a little bit vague, and then he goes about like, oh yeah, if you've got friends, I've got friends. I got friends. And then Sting's out.
Yeah.
That's not friends. Friend. Duh. Duh.
It depends. It might be Joker Sting.
Huh?
It might be Joker Sting. Joker Sting has voices in his head.
Well, yeah, there is that about it. You could have multiple personalities, like, I mean. But yeah, I thought there was going to be somebody else. Maybe Hook. That would have been cool. Not that they've got any association, but Hook coming out with them would have been cool. Yeah, Sting is in a ring and attacks everybody. Someone runs into the crowd. Darby goes to chase him. Security kicks him in the face.
Security.
Darby. Yeah, security guy kicks Darby clean in the face when he jumps over the rail to follow. I think it might be Swerve. No, it's not Swerve. It's somebody else. Sting challenges Sting Swerve to a match at All In Wembley, and now it has been turned into a coffin match somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where. I might have missed that. I mean, but it hasn't been advertised on any television program.
It was just no. Tony Khan was like, oh, not well, Tony Khan, but all these fucking Tonys, man. Tony Storm, Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone was like, and I've just been told by Tony Khan it's a coffin match, and even he kind of. I was waiting for him to say for no apparent reason because that's what he sounded like he was going to say.
Yeah, he should have. But yeah, that's been set, and I think that's been made official now. Next up, we had the main event of Dynamite Evening, which was for the AEW Women's title of AEW. Hence the reason it's called the AEW Women's title.
People are very confused by this match online. What? Some very stupid people confused by this match online. Well, yeah. How is it a qualifier for All In?
I was a bit confused. I was a bit confused, man. Like, well, how does this make any sense? Like, do you mean Sheeta's already in it? Do you mean it's like, yeah, but she hasn't won the match yet? Do you mean it's like she's a champion? Yes, like, but she might lose it. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. But let's be fair. I'll announce this match properly. Sheeta versus Anna Jay, who was never going to win ever in a million years to be in a qualifying match to be at All In. Never going to happen. Do you mean? So that's why people are confused.
New champion a week before All In, or 2 weeks before All In. Never. Exactly.
But people are losing their shit because they're morons. Anyway, we had Sheeta versus Anna Forever Neck Jay. Anna Jay keeps touching her top throughout the match because I think her top failed. Spin kick on the apron by Anna Jay was nice. Sheeta into the steps. That was pretty cool. Sheeta bombs off the corner. with Anna Jay on her back. She can't actually climb to the middle rope properly, so she's got one leg on the middle rope and the other one on the bottom. So there's a Falcon Arrow gets 2 count. Katana for the finish of the match. 2.0, or the skinny-headed one in specific, tried to do something at the end of the match, like whether that's trying to grab her arm to put on the rope or something, but it doesn't work. That's the finish of the match. I went with Anna Jay man of the match. Sheeta's still your champion and winner of this match.
I went with Sheeta man of the match and 3 moments.
At 0, not a single. It's an okay match, though. Good first half of the show. Mox and Claudio match, a bit poor crowd reaction, and that's all my main note is on Dynamite.
Yeah, it was good, man.
First half was good.
Turn it.
First half was good, and it went a bit stale then due to crowd.
I do think the main event was a bit confusing, and I've always said like it's never ever good for a storyline to be confusing.
Yeah.
Like they should have just had Anna Jay, or they couldn't have, could they? Because she'd have had to be in the match.
Yeah, exactly.
They
didn't give it enough time to build. That was the problem. Nothing else.
Well, they should have just not had Cheetah in the match because she's qualified for the match. Simple as that. She's the champ.
Yeah, but then they put 5 people in the match.
Yeah.
But they could have just had 3 separate matches. I mean,
they should have just said, Tony Storm, you have to qualify.
But it was because Anna Jay won the week before, so she basically got a title shot. But it does seem silly to like give someone a title shot in a qualifying match. So it does make it a bit more to think about than it should be to think about, considering you're just watching entertainment, not like a statistics show. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress. Don't we, Taz?
We digress.
Now we're going to move on to Rampage.
Don't no idea why we do it, but we do.
We don't know why we do it, but we do.
I'll tell you what, they got all these names right. They should just make it simple and create a Tony Cage already.
Tony Cage.
Mate, it's a big beast debuts next week. I am suing him.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Anyway, Darby Allin versus Brian Cage opened the show. Pretty decent match, fair play.
Yeah, match.
Cage runs with Darby on his back, then nails him and dives through. Oh no, runs. Darby's like trying to choke him out. Cage runs on, and this is happening on the outside, and just dives through the timekeeper's table. Thought that was a good little spot.
Yeah.
Tornado Scorpion Death Drop by Darby was nice. A double powerbomb gets 2 for Cage. Darby trips Cage with his belt on the apron, then hits a coffin drop on the apron. Now it distracts Darby, allowing Cage to knock Darby off the top, then hits an F10. Crucifix bomb off the top. But Cage
no, we're not. We're not doing that, bro. Sorry, we're going to have to go back a couple of words here, mate. The F10 doesn't exist in the real wrestling show block. We got this out of the way like 2 years ago, my brother.
What are we calling it?
The F5, bro. The
Okay.
F5.
The F5.
I call it the F10.
Crucifix bomb off the top. Cage rolls through. Then Darby counters with a roll up. Darby wins. Darby man of the match.
I went with Brian Cage man of the match.
After the match, Lucha attacks Darby. Luchasaurus, that is, attacks Darby with Christian watching on.
With the front choke slam. I had 7 moments. Yeah, I've always thought the front choke slam would be a good move until you see it.
Yeah.
And like, oh, they can just put their arms out to stop themselves. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, that's why. Kind of what happened, like, do you know what I mean? Next up, we had a promo Renee backstage. Britt Baker talking about the tournaments against Bunny. We expect Britt Baker to win this match. Yes, we do.
We do.
Then we had a promo Kingston checking in from the G1 because we haven't seen him on TV or anything like that lately, even though he's on ROH, I believe. Then we had another promo. We had Harley singing for Johnny Last Name for Johnny Last Name to be in a match against Orange Cassidy, which was for the Intercontinental Galactic Championship. What was the other name before?
International.
No, before.
Oh.
Atlantic. Or
European Pacific. The Atlantic. Pacific Atlantic. Yeah, it was the Atlantic.
Intergalactic International All Atlantic Belt.
Intergalactic Planetary.
Yeah, Johnny Last Name versus Orange Cassidy. QTV climbed the ring, apparently. Orange Cassidy turns the ref. Oh, that's right. Yeah, in the beginning, they all climb in the ring. Orange Cassidy turns the referee around just at the perfect moment, like he does. Everyone gets ejected. Yuta then is at ringside. He gets ejected. Orange Cassidy hanging on the rope on the apron, and Johnny kicks the ring. What? Johnny kicks ring. Orange Cassidy dive. Twisted neck by John. Yeah, twisted neck breaker by Johnny Nobody. 2 DDTs, an orange punch, and then a beach break for the finish of the match. What?
Johnny there waiting for the leaking DVT. That was shit. I never. Oh, I'm dizzy.
Yeah.
Better wait.
Finish him. Finish him. Orange punch. Beach break. Finish. Orange Cassidy, man of the match. And just one moment.
I had 2 moments. And I had. I should find this out. Orange match.
Good man. Good man. After the match, Yuta walks to the ring very slowly. Orange Cassidy calls Yuta to the ring.
Speed up. I know you can walk faster than that, jackass.
It was shit. BCC surround the ring. Yuta calls out Orange Cassidy for a title shot. Which I did like the fact that Yuta was leading that promo. I did think that was pretty. I thought that was decent.
Just go, give me the mic. Like he seems to do to everyone else.
And Mox and Claudio made him look pretty good as well, like, you know, pulling their faces at the right time and shit like that.
I like the way, like he was able to, like you said, he was the leader because he called them off, but he was also like, you know, as well as I can do, we could bash you right now and ain't damn thing you could do about it, son.
Yeah.
And he bossed it as well, like the man, like.
Yeah. You could tell he was a leader anyway, because he was one of a backpacker. He had a backpacker. Next up, we had a promo ROH tag history. Pretty nice video. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Showing all the champions. And oh my god, AJ Styles was on it. I think. Was he? Was he on it?
Yeah.
Different one, yeah, he was on it. Yeah, then we had the next match. Which if you do that, and then I'll do the main event, and then over to you for Collusion.
All right then. This was an awesome match.
This was pretty good, man.
This is the Outrunners.
Yeah, man. They were good.
Yeah, they look like the Hulkamaniacs back in the 80s. Fireman's drop knee strike combo. Stick cutter. The Coriolis Aussie Open win. I won Fletcher man of the match.
I went Davis man of the match. You want to hear my notes?
1 moment.
Aussie Open. No, 0 moments. Aussie Open versus Outrunners. Davis man of the match. After the match. That's all I've got.
Well, after the match. Anyway.
I didn't want to say that bit because obviously it's yours.
Aussie Open. Except calling MJF's challenge for Wembley.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think Eric Bischoff needs to kiss his own ass. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's pretty good. I think it opens up a lot of avenues, whether it'll be, oh, well, MJF is going to be very tired by the main event. And so is Adam Cole, potentially, unless he does fuck all in the tag match. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be that they both put in a real good effort and win the tag team titles. And then Adam Cole still screws over MJF at the end and joins the Kingdom, like you suggested.
Yeah.
And that way, then, for MJF to maintain being a champion, he's going to have to do as Adam Cole and the Kingdom tell him to do.
Yeah.
He could be one half of a champion with somebody who is part of a different clique. Therefore,
Yeah.
making him be very humbled in the sense of, oh, well, how does it feel now to be bullied? Do you know what I mean? That could be a good angle as well. So there's lots of ways that it could go. So yeah, I think the fact that they're in 2 matches at the All In show is a good thing.
Yeah.
And it'll be a good way of them checking to see what MJF and Adam Cole on a pre-show will actually pull in. You know, because they've had such a good chemistry.
I was thinking that, mate. It was a way for him to get everyone in for the 0 hour. Because if you've got a bunch of non-storyline matches, that doesn't really matter.
They better have other matches on it.
No, they will. There'll be 3 other matches on it.
On the 0 hour.
Yeah, man. Of course there will.
Won't be another 3. There'll be 3. Hopefully there'll be 3 on it in total.
Yeah, I think there'll be 3 on it, and I think
probably just 2, to be honest.
All the talent that's going to be in London on that weekend, they're going to do some form of all-in battle royal.
Yeah, I hope so. But again, Eric Bischoff is moaning about like how there's so many multi-man matches, or there's no multi-man matches. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like it's like, what are you talking about? You fucking fruitcake! Shut up. How are we talking about this anyway? Oh, the Aussie Open next step in the challenge.
Yeah.
Next up, we had a promo video. Double J is advertising the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game.
Texas.
And then all of a sudden, now there's a match against Jeff Hardy in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre match.
I thought it was not the game. I thought it was. I don't know. I might be wrong. I thought it was just something to do with TNT, like Shark Week.
No, it's a game.
Oh, right.
100% a game where you just go around murdering people, or probably avoiding being murdered, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Seems like something that used to be turned into a game, you know, horrible murderous type thing.
Yeah. That's what they do now, mate.
Honestly,
It's like
there's no hope for society, mate.
Like they did this with Shazam. Jeff Jarrett had magical powers and was munching Skittles, remember?
Yeah, no, Shazam is not about murder and death and killing people with chainsaws, you know?
Not with chainsaws, but...
No, he's still killing. But anyway, I don't understand why this match is happening against Jeff Hardy, but I'm interested to watch it. Then we had the main event of Rampage. Huh?
I'm interested to watch it, but they were just like that. Shit, we got to get someone crazy to do a match. Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, put Jeff in it. He'll probably drive his car next week.
You don't need him to worry about being injured for All In either, because if he's injured, he can't fly fucking.
Yeah, and if he is injured, he likes to take pills. Shouldn't say that. That's bad. That is bad. Main event now of Rampage was Saraya versus Sky Blue in a match the Sky Blue should have won.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's an okay match. Not just because I think Sky Blue is awesome, because I'm not rating Saraya at the moment. I genuinely am not. Like, I mean, like, and Sky Blue has worked hard. Like, now I know Saraya was always going to win this match, but it's annoyed me a bit. But getting into the match, it was an okay match. Back and forth pins early on. Dodgy crossbody by Sky gets 2 count. Sky something outcasts. Beginning with T. Can you guess what that is? Sky flip off the apron as Saraya moves out the way. That was pretty cool. Sky beat down on the outside by the outcast. Saraya pulling the apron, and Sky gets put underneath the apron. Bit of a beat down then by the outcast again. Sky bites Tony's toe.
Yeah.
She's got no shoes on. And that tasted cheesy. Saraya submission move, which I'm not sure what it's actually called, but Sky gets a rope break before she applies it properly. Code Blue. And then Outcast causes a distraction. Spray into the face of Sky. Saraya hits her finisher, which again, I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's called like Saturday Night something, is it?
Nightcap, I think it's called.
Nightcap, yeah, Nightcap, yeah, that'll do. Saraya wins the match. Big C's very disappointed. Sky Blue very, very much man of the match, lady of the match, woman of the match. 3 moments.
0 moments. And Saraya man of the match.
The crowd boo after the match. The Outcasts beat down on Sky.
No one came out. They all just let Watcher get beaten up.
Everybody let her get beat up. But the main thing is, though, when Saraya won, the crowd booed.
Because she's the bad guy.
No, she's a bad guy. Nobody rates her. Fortunately. I don't, anyway, not at the moment.
She's sick. Don't care what you say. She's not as good as she was at the moment. But
I said it.
Blue made a few fuck ups in that match.
She did. But is the pressure of wrestling, Saraya. I'm not going to berate the fact that she has got knowledge and experience, but, you know, she still is a big name talent. Right?
I would say they could have got away with having Saraya accompany Tony Storm anyway. But who knows? Saraya may win the match. But she's been recently voicing her opinion on how the Outcasts, like somebody posted on her page, what were the point? What's the point of the Outcasts? And she replied, "Yeah, I know, right?" Question mark. Saying, implying that she's not happy with her booking and, well, the Outcast booking in general.
But in all fairness, right, I can't remember what show it was at, but I remember there was a show and Saraya got booed. When she come into it, fans were loving her, yeah?
Yeah.
And then there was one show where they just started booing, like, and all of a sudden, like, you could see her reaction. She was like, "Oh, right, oh, is it?" Do you know what I mean? Like, she got a little bit aggy with the crowd, and then the next week, then she was a bad guy. I mean, it's like wrestlers.
Yeah, we touched on that when it first happened. I remember it because you were saying, I think she's gone. Well, we were both saying, I think she's gone heel too soon.
Yeah, and I think that was it, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's like any wrestler that lets the fans dictate their storyline, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Being a face is a story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She should have kept as the good girl for a little bit, you know. But again, they tend to. I don't know. It happens in WWE and it did over the years. Like, it's like, oh, they fired the trigger too early, you know.
Yeah.
But you live and learn. Do you know what I mean? But at the moment,
Yeah.
I feel like by her being a bad guy, I don't think she's getting over still.
No, well, I think she was better off staying a good guy, and I think the problem is she's not growing in the Outcasts, and the Outcasts aren't growing from here either.
Yeah,
they're at the same level as they were the single.
Like, the fact that they grouped together should have give them. There should have been like opponents.
Yeah.
Now I know Willow, Sky, and I can't remember who else it was. I think it was Britt Baker was a part of it or whatever. But then it's like that storyline fizzled out. So it was like there was no gang warfare. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was no reason for the Outcasts then.
Yeah.
You know, like we said, where if they had the Outcasts and then they had the originals and then they had the outsiders.
Yeah.
You know, being like, oh well, we come from TNA. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, we come from the Indies, we come from New Japan, we come from, you know, like Shida and all them, like all the Japanese girls. That could have been a faction. So there could have been 4 factions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because Shida was a part of Britt Baker's one, it kind of negated that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, the angle's gone all weird. So, you know, but I hope to God Saraya does not win the belt at All In.
Oh, I'd love it.
I know you would, like, and it, you know, and it wouldn't be the worst thing, like, but I don't think she should. I don't think it would be good.
If Shida should keep it, in my opinion.
Yeah, Shida should keep it. Absolutely.
If she's going to lose it, then Saraya's the one to win it out of them all.
Yeah, just because of the name value, though.
Well, not just because she is one of the better in-ring wrestlers. Maybe not so right now. Maybe not so, but and again, she has she's only fought Britt Baker, which she did impress.
Yeah.
The other match was a mixed tag with Jericho, which wasn't just her botch. There was botches on both parts. I can't remember who she was fighting.
Yeah.
And then this recent outing against, again, Blue, very green talent.
Yeah, I agree. But she's looking very blocky. She's looking very like she's not looking like the amount of years veteran that she actually is. That's my problem at the moment. I mean, like, and it's like trying to sell her on that kind of level of that
Yeah.
It's not working. Selling her for being what she actually isn't working, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I want to see her succeed in it, mate. Do you know what I mean? I really do, like, do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I know what her lineage is. Like, fucking, they made a film about her, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, she started the revolution, man. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
that's when women's wrestling started getting good again. Well, the knockouts division did, but in
Soraya
WWE,
at the moment. Sorry, bro, go on.
said, well, actually, the knockouts in TNA did, but in WWE,
Soraya, for me, like, she's nowhere near on a Ruby level. She's nowhere near on, like, a Jade level. It's like, I haven't got that, like, I haven't got that
Oh.
distinction towards her of, like, oh, she's fucking shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, she's not, because I know she can wrestle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, in the ring, she's showing her knowledge. She's just not being fluent at the moment. That's the only thing. So I don't really want to. I don't want her to be at that level at the moment. It's like all out, maybe. You know, just get pipped at all in, and maybe all out win it. But would it be the case of, oh, well, it's too soon. It's only a week. It's only a week later. You know?
I know that's the odd booking about this pay-per-view as well.
Yeah. Well, it was. It is what it is, like, I mean, but yeah, for me, Cheetah retaining the belt at all in.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, let's move on, man, because we are now at 46 already.
I know, you just won't shut up, man.
With a couple of beers, man.
Collision! Saturday Fight Night! Promos all right.
Saturday night. Saturday. Can you guess that I'm talking about Saturday night?
Acclaimed Christian, Luchasaurus, FTR, Punk promo, as they do at the beginning. Do like that bit. Fair play.
Does look good.
Then we had Tony in ring with Ricky Starks. He's been suspended, but he's got a manager's license, which he's going to use to manage Samoa Joe and get the victory at Wembley all in. Spoiler alert.
Put it here first.
Ricky Starks, this is CM Punk. Another reason why he's going to screw him.
As well as the rest of the world. This is
Next
CM
week
Punk.
he starts a war. Somebody's been watching Oppenheimer. Who's he going to start a war with, mate? The only person that can start a war in AEW is Samoa Joe, because he could literally take out an army.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, Ricky Stark says, next week I'm going to start a war. What? What are you going to start a war with?
It's very good.
So,
I like your edge. I like your thinkage.
so does Tony Khan. That's why he's going to book it now. He's got his pen and pad right. Well, he will do tomorrow. He's like, lads, come on, man. All in is getting close now. Don't know how he's going to write Collision because we're not going to be able to watch it before All In.
Shit.
You've only just realised that, have you?
Staying up live to watch it. And then I'm sleeping on the train.
Yeah. I was thinking about watching it on the train.
We got seats on the train. Oh, yeah, that might be smart. That could be smart. Oh, you got a note on it as well. Sick.
I ain't noting on it, bro, on the train. I've done notes on the train before. It's a fucking nightmare.
Well, I'm not noting on Dynamite then.
Don't.
No, I got it.
We'll be talking about All In mainly, so.
It's part of the bane of my life.
I know, why too? You know, I got to fit it in between all like the sleeping and eating and the smoking I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, where are we? FTR versus the Young Bucks hype. Then we had the Acclaimed versus the Iron Savages, formerly known as Bear Country.
That's the one. I couldn't think of the name the other day.
I knew you were watching it, being going, what? Who are they? Who are they?
Oh, what? No, I know who they are.
Yeah, but what's their name like?
Yeah, I couldn't think of Bear Country, like.
One of them's called Bear.
I know, but the other one's called Boulder. So I was thinking, are they Boulder Brothers? Boulder Bears? I couldn't think. Bear Boulders. I call them Bear Boulders. No, they're not Bear Boulders because one's called Bear and the other one's called Boulder. Even though one's called Bronson now.
Bear catches
Bronson.
Buck Bowens. Bear catches Bowens and Caster on.
Are we doing a match? Are we?
Yeah.
We're doing a match. What's the match then, bro?
I said the Acclaimed versus the Iron Savages.
Yeah, you did. And then I was like, oh yeah, well, my bad.
So yeah, we're doing a match. Pay attention.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
Caster evades Boulder's moonsault. BT Double Spinebuster by Iron Savages. Big DVD by Caster. Double Famouser. The Acclaimed win. I went with a Caster man of the match.
Yeah, man.
And I had 2 moments.
Yeah, man.
It's just a recording now of you in the background, like every 10 minutes. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Or, oh, you know my system, bro. 2 more than yours.
Actually, you've got it wrong, bro.
After the match, the Acclaimed cut a promo. Props to Billy, who we all know isn't retired yet.
No, he's not retired yet.
After the tag titles, which is when Billy's going to come back to screw him.
Even Dave Meltzer has said, like, spoiler alert, blah, blah, blah. The storyline's not done. It's a deep set storyline. Like, it's not that it's going to come to life in or all out.
All out, I reckon. It's a bit too early for it to happen in Rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we had Sexy Lexi with the Gangbang Boys.
And who?
The Gangbang Boys.
The Gangbang Boys.
The Gangbang Ass Boys challenge. But
the Bang Bang Boys. The Bang Bang Boys.
They challenge the Bucks next week. Basically, just feeding the Bucks like every tag team they've got at the moment to get them built up ready for All In.
Pretty much.
MJF versus Cole, All In hype. Then we had Satin Willow versus Martinez and Diamante. Nice DVD by Martinez. Spinebuster and a choke slam by Willow. Russian and roll over leg sweep combo.
Sorry, bro. Say that again. I thought you were telling a joke. I thought it was the same joke.
Russian and regular leg sweep combo by Staten Willow. Martinez launches Edge's nominates onto a knocking dong, whatever that means.
What?
But whatever it was, it happened on the outside. I can tell you that much.
What was it called?
It was Martinez, Russo, Edges, animated, onto seat, and more, and Willow, that's Willow, on the outside.
And what did you call it originally? A monologue.
Yeah, a Monolio. Monolio. What's that? It's a Hurricanrana Ollie. Darby does it with a skateboard. Haven't you seen it? Big slice bread by Diamante. That was sick.
What?
A leverage pin by Diamante Martinez, where she sticks the foot on her ass to, give her the leverage.
Yeah.
Diamante and Martinez win. I went with Willow man of the match.
Willow, the sexiest in the match.
Was around again.
I meant Martinez man of the match. She was man of the match for me. But Willow was the sexiest. As she is 99% of the time.
Willow.
Black Willow.
And we had Sexy Lexi with Tony Storm. Going crazy. Talking stuff like mental woman. That just got the vote left on the bloody altar. Can we tell you how much reminds me of Chelsea Green in Impact?
Yeah. Laurel Van Ness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sick,
mate.
Yeah.
One of the best characters out there.
Better, she was much better than Tony Storm is.
Yeah.
Anyway, all in.
It was an actual character, that's right. Laurel Van Ness was a character of herself. Tony Storm is what she wishes to be Val Van Ness.
What she mean? You can read your notes there. There's no notes there, but you can read them anyway.
We know what I meant. We know what I meant. Top story.
Anyway, Tony Storm's already qualified for the match, as we've already discussed. Then we had Joe versus... what's that?
Because she's having a mental breakdown. She's gavin a mental breakdown.
Yeah. Not wearing shoes, wearing a nightie to the ring.
Like Varel non-Ness.
Yeah. Well, she wore a wedding dress. But...
Van Ness.
Anyway, I've lost where I am again. Thank you. Joe, this is Andrew Everett. This was, as it always was going to be, each were live, like a bloody cookie match.
I'm surprised because Andrew Everett does have a reasonable background.
Yeah, but he's fighting Joe who's going to eat you.
Yeah, no, I get it. He was in Joe was going to eat you country. You know, I knew that. I mean, but still, I expected him to do like some of his Impact Wrestling. You know what I mean? Yeah, you said just actual moves. You know.
Well, let's see how we got on. Big lariat, tequila clutch. Joe wins. Joe man of the match. Boom.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't do any of his like Impact Wrestling moves. Joe man of the match. One moment. What was that moment? The fact that Andrew Everett didn't do any of his moves.
No pleasing you, is there? Like whenever like Joe like someone gets a move, you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, they should do that Samoa Joe, bro. And then like Joe kills someone, you're like, bro, man.
Got it wrong. No, you got it wrong. If Samoa Joe, let's say for argument's sake, right? Now, this person I'm going to say doesn't mean anything in AEW at the moment, but they do have a name, right? If Samoa Joe was to go up against Dolph Ziggler.
Never, yeah.
Yeah?
You were going to say him, don't know why.
What would we expect? Would we expect that the Ziggler wouldn't get any moves because Samoa Joe's going to kill everybody? No. We'd expect him to do some moves because he has some background. You know, Andrew Everett was reasonably good.
It's because he had no you could take the piss out of. It's like, you know, if he had his moonwalk, gravity walk that Joe could make a funny out of, then he would have got a move on, but he haven't.
Yeah, and he's got that mad, like, he had that mad Frankenstein move. Like, not that you're ever going to get that on Joe, but like, you know, I just a bit disappointed that he didn't actually get to do any kind of offensive moves other than like bounce off Joe.
I'm not. I was quite glad that Joe munched him in a second and went, right, back now to business. I've done my job. Now to business.
But they could have given somebody that didn't have a name, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could have given like Dave Jones. Is anyone in the crowd here called Dave Jones?
Hey,
Joe's going to kill him.
You're the lucky winner. Oh, what did I win? Joe's going to eat you.
Yeah, seat 344. Make the way down to Joe. Make the way down to Joe.
Here's an autograph. Right, you've just signed a contract with no health insurance. Off you go.
Yeah. Come on, man. You keep forgetting where you are.
I do. Anyway, Joe wins. Joe smash, bang, cuts promo. Says, I told you I'm not. No, he doesn't. Does he?
Yeah.
He wants an answer. I want an answer, punk. And I'm done waiting.
That was Mojo doing a promo very angrily.
See the smoke coming out of his ears?
Yeah. My neck.
Then we had Christian and Lucha in ring promo. This in Derby. And comes out with Rock Anderson.
Rock Anderson. Anderson's son.
They challenge Anderson to a match, and Anderson's like, obviously not, I'm a cripple. But Brock will wrestle, obviously, that's why I brought him. Didn't actually say the obvious, but it was. Then we had Luchasaurus. This is Brock for the TNT title, even though Christian is the TNT. Nope, he's not. He's just saying he is. Sorry. Backdrop slam by Lucha. A botchy hip toss by Lucha, completely fucked that up.
Yeah.
And Anderson dropped it. Like they tried to make it up. Actually, Lucha transformed it to an arm drag. No, he didn't. He just dropped him. He just went, "What are you doing?" Bam, out there you go.
I think I might have blacked out in this match.
Not surprised me. There was quite a few botches in it.
I just feel I lost the interest when he was like, "Oh yeah, Ann Anderson's coming out with Brock Anderson," and I'm thinking, why though? And that was it. I think interesting.
Talking, going, yeah, Christian versus Ann Anderson. It's not going to happen. You don't see it. You'll know it's not going to happen. Like simply,
Yeah.
We're definitely going to boo.
The whole angle I've lost interest in.
Yeah.
I want to leave Christian.
Botchy up top.
Oh yeah.
Chuck slam, then a lariat to the back of the head. Lucha wins. Lucha man of the match. After the match, Darby attacks with a skateboard. Then cuts to promo, calling out Christian for next week.
Which Christian's probably going to say no.
Oh, he accepted.
But then
He's got to go to Christian, and then he's going to be fighting Lucha at All Out for the title.
Oh, okay. Which he's going to win.
He gets through Christian.
What do you mean, Luchasaurus?
One of them.
I know, it's just a fucked up, stupid storyline.
Devoni in ring with Hobbs. He's got the book of Hobbs back. Well, me and Big C was so happy about that. Oh, man.
There's nothing in it.
I know. It's a blank book.
He left it on top of whoever he left it on top of. I can't remember, and I should. I know it's a person. But there's nothing in the book. It's like he can't even take that as a momentum and be like, I'll have a little read through this. Because there's nothing in it.
No, Anyway, he's in there with the book of Hobbs.
I can't remember.
Which I do like. Hobbs versus Miro. I think that could be a beastie match.
That was it, Miro. Put it on Miro.
Solo
Book of Hobbs. Miro can't read. You can only read in Bulgarian, bro.
Nothing about gods on my flexible wife in here.
You can only read in Bulgarian. You didn't know Miro, did you?
What's that?
You didn't know that about Miro, did you? That he can only read in Bulgarian.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a fake year at all.
Then, no, seriously. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not, man?
Oh, cool.
How about that, motherfucker?
Anyway, back to my point. Solo and Camarato attack Miro, throw him in the ring. Then Hobbs hits a spine buster.
Oh yeah.
And why is Camarato back with QTV? They kicked him out.
Yeah, I don't know if they kicked him out.
He left. He was definitely on his own.
He disappeared for a little bit, yeah.
He was on Ring of Honor, and they were saying like that Imre Cavani fella was going like, "Oh, he's gone off from QTV, left his own to make his own mark here in Ring of Honor." And Tony was like, "No one will remember that. Let's just put him back with him. Nobody cares about QTV anyway."
Yeah, it's pretty good though.
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, I like the Hobbs versus Miro thing. I think that'll be a good match.
Get on where you got on with, man. You keep forgetting where you are.
Yeah. So, on to the main event of Collision's evening. JR commentary.
I don't think I watched this one.
JR joins commentary. It was a trios title. The House of Black versus C Punk Spunk FTR.
I did watch this one.
Oh yeah, the Spunk was on it.
Yeah, I watched it because of the Spunk. Bill's mom should have swallowed.
Punk sits down during Black's roundhouse kick. Then Black sits down right in front of him. They have that cross-legged stare off, which I thought was cool. Then FTR and Brody and Buddy get in the ring to stand off with a sit off.
And everybody
Like,
roll.
DDT off the rope by Buddy a la Randy Orton. DDT by Dax. Julia Hart intervenes, allowing Buddy the advantage. BTS by Punk, but Buddy rolls out of the ring, stopping the pin. Nice bringing Bulldog by Cash. A botchy double DDT by Brody. I think he was trying to do a snap suplex, but couldn't lift him, so just dropped them on their heads.
Yeah.
Um,
With pull faces, by the way, bro.
what was that?
Sometimes.
I know that. Triple Shatter Machine. Meteora by Buddy. I was like, Melina by Buddy? What the fuck is that? Meteora by Buddy. Brainbuster by Dax. And then out of nowhere, Cameron doesn't quite catch it on time. Joe grabs Punk from the guardrail, drags him into the crowd, and chokes him out. It was great.
The commentary say as well, like, oh, the camera didn't capture it live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't see it live. We didn't see it live. We didn't see it live. We didn't hear it live either, did we, motherfucker? Your fault too.
No, I'm happy that happened. That was bound to happen.
Yeah. Joe chokes Punk out in the crowd. Hat distracts Dax. Running knee by Black. House of Black win. I went with Buddy, man of the match, and I had a blocker.
Me too.
How am I going to do this without knowing that? Oh, now they know I'm thinking shit. Oh, yeah, me too.
I couldn't even remember if I watched the match, so, you know.
I know.
Moments,
I
though.
kind of guessed that when you went, did I even watch this match?
I wrote down 4 moments, like you asked on.
I thought they were going to be like that.
Oh, no, genuine, I wrote those down.
Yeah.
Mate, I drew those.
Yeah.
It's actually on a transparent piece of paper. No, they flop if I move it.
You just identified as 4, didn't you? That's what you did.
How many moments you got?
By store.
Stop losing where you are, because we've got to do the notes as the news as well.
Oh, we've all got bits. I know you know about it, so you're going to have your opinion.
How many
Then
moments? How many moments did you have?
told you a bucket.
5.
You're not listening at all.
I wasn't bad in 4 then.
Well, no, you heard my bucket first, and then you went,
No, I didn't.
You forgot when I said that's what it was. You were like, shit, I asked him how many moments literally 1 second ago. What did he say?
When I was going like that, I was having an error 404. Error runtime, bro.
Don't lie, you were doing a Juice Robinson. You were looking for your surname.
But anyway, have you got any more on Collision?
No, Collision is done. Apparently, after the show.
Yeah. Let's go there first.
After the show.
Yes, I think.
I haven't heard the promo. Have you heard the promo?
Yes.
Okay, then. Well, then you should talk about it because I haven't heard the promo.
He basically takes offense at someone saying on a piece of paper that this is cowboy country. Or this is hangman country, sorry. And he basically takes exception to it. And he's like, oh, well, if this is hangman country, how come when I went to the shopping centre on the shelves, all you see is hangman figures? That's why they call him hangman, because he's always hanging on the shelves. Whereas I basically shift merchandise, shift toys, shift whatever. I get them needle moving, basically. Like,
yeah.
Can't be.
Well, I've read that after the promo, CM Punk has said that it's not come out the way he meant it to come out to. What, you sound like a prick?
Yeah. it wasn't supposed to come out like a self-righteous, big-headed bastard all about CM Punk show.
But it did. Because it really was.
Do you know he filed a restraining order against his mother?
No.
Yeah, in 2012 he filed a restraining order against his mother. Apparently his mother did have some bipolar issues. Basically, she was ringing him and asking him for money and stuff.
Okay.
And accusing him of not caring about her, and that he only cared about himself and fame and his famous buddies. So he filed a restraining order. Now, that doesn't seem much like Philip. You know, doesn't seem like the sort of thing that he would do in the manner of famous friends just being in it for the money and kind of being a twat. Like, do you know what I mean? That doesn't seem anything like him. You know? So, yeah, guy's a bit of a fucking scumbag, really.
So, next bit of news.
Yeah.
Apparently, recently at Collision, Nemeth was booked. He's told to go home. And the reason is believed because of CM Punk. CM Punk was pissed off that he put out the tweet of
Softest man alive.
called the Nemeth out and said if there's a problem, we can sort it out now. Like, they called him out for a fight, and Nemeth was like, no, it was just a tweet to get heat. And he was like, oh, I thought you were sticking it for your friends trying to get popular. Yeah, so
Like, I'm not 12.
They squashed the beef, they shook hands, but ironically, Nemeth hasn't been booked since.
Yeah, and apparently at Saturday's show on Collision, he said hello to everybody, but he didn't say hello to Punk and his group of people that he was talking to at the time, which is not really a bad response, considering if someone's talking or whatever, you don't just go over and go, hey. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
don't know
very well. In fact, the last time we had a bit of a beef. I'm just going to, bring that up for no reason and make it even more awkward.
But, is CM Punk still in school? Sounds like it, to be honest.
Could fucking be.
You know? It's only going to be, a matter of time before he starts, throwing paper at Hangman. You know, throwing bits of paper and throwing at him, and then doing him in doggy style in the cupboards. Do you know what I mean?
He's shooting him.
Yeah. But CM Punk, man, poison. Absolute poison. Injected the poison.
The news is CM Punk. Apparently, I don't know if he's got the power to do this, but he seems to have, as Christopher Daniels and Matt Hardy from Collision.
Yes, and also Isaiah was somebody else as well. There's one other person as well. I can't think of who it is. There's another person that he's basically banned from being on there.
Great, innit? Head of talent relations isn't allowed on their second biggest or maybe their biggest show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like, why is this being allowed? Like, now I get what his reasoning is behind this. Like, I don't want any drama in Collision. I don't want anything that's going to create drama. It's like, oh, well, no, what you mean is you don't want anything that'll create drama except for you.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the thing. Like, now the sentiment behind it is like, look, I want an atmosphere where there's no drama. And it's like, well, that's fine. That's fine. Like, that's very noble. Do you know what I mean? Very noble to want a work environment where there's no drama, there's no backstage craziness and all that. But then when you're creating aggy situations and then hiding behind, you can't come here. Oh, no, you can't come here. I mean, I couldn't possibly deal with the confrontation. I mean, after being a twat. I mean, because that's what he's doing. You know, it's like, oh, no, I want this to be as calm as possible. Why is that? Because I need to surround myself with, almost wimps that will not stand up to me.
I can't wait till he has a beef with Jericho. With Jericho,
mate. Jericho's already said, mate, he's an absolute poison.
Is
he? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Now, if one of the locker room leaders from WWE and everywhere that he's kind of gone,
he is the locker room leader. When Tony phoned him up and told him about COVID, and he was like, "So what are you doing for commentary?" Tony was like, "I don't fucking know. We've got so and so doing it." Jericho's like, "I'll fly over now." Yeah, do that.
He is the Undertaker, mate. He's the judge, jury, and executioner. Do you know what I mean? But CM Punk seems to have some sort of leverage.
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
Weird spunk fanboy.
I'm telling you, mate, it is a venomous poison, mate. Eating its way out.
I know, mate. It very reminds me of Hulk Hogan anywhere he's been.
Yeah. You know? And then CM Punk's doing the whole Hulk Hogan thing all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because people are comparing him.
It could be a massive, elaborate work, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the craziest thing for someone to do to get heat. You know?
Yeah. But yeah. My sentiments exactly, mate. If it isn't the work, then why the fuck is this guy? Like, who gets to go, right? Yeah, I'm willing to come to work, but I'm not working with these.
Yeah.
I want to work with these.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you, mate? Like, you know what I mean?
So you've got to get rid of these. No, look, we're not going to get rid of 10 wrestlers when we can get rid of one. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
I'm not fuck Vince all the way. But do you think this would happen if he was in WWE? No, Vince would go, fuck off, mate. Pack your bags, off you go.
Yeah. But as a company, AEW have got to capitalize off the back of him, unfortunately. That is the major, that's the major sting in this whole situation. It stings!
It's capitalizing, and then there's like, how can you capitalize on cancer?
Well, that is the problem, like, do you know what I mean? That is the problem. But
Anyway.
with a cancer, mate, do you turn your back on it? No, you have to nurture it and feel sorry for it and, you know,
Yeah, well,
feed it until it eventually dies, unfortunately.
yeah.
But let's move on. What's your next bit of news? Go on, say CM Punk and someone else.
No, it's not. I'm done with CM Punk on the news because if I read anything about CM Punk, I just scrolled through it because I was like, go away, Phil.
Yeah.
If there was anything on CM Punk, I didn't read it because I couldn't be bothered anymore. I was all done with Phil. Collision was enough. Like, I mean, I don't need to hear any more after that.
Yeah.
Collision is enough. The
Mildred
only thing about it I will say is apparently Punk does want to get in the room with the Elite and sort things out. Apparently Punk wants to, but the Elite, especially Hangman being the main one, is like, no, fuck him. He can go do it.
I heard there was a mega being the main one.
I heard them like mega a couple of times, but Hangman seems to be the predominant one constantly being mentioned.
And also, I read that there was an agreement between CM Punk and the Bucks that they wouldn't disparage each other. But Hangman was off limit. Like Hangman was free game.
Yeah.
So could be a work, man.
Could be. The only non-cancerous Punk bit of news I got is Lacey Evans has become a free agent.
Yes, I did hear that. As well as Edge retiring soon from WWE.
Apparently.
But retiring from WWE is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Not retiring from WWE.
Yeah, apparently.
That would be, for me, if Tony Khan ends up signing Edge to do a Christian thing, the Hardy Boys thing, it's going to be very expensive, short-lived, probably not a very profitable fucking pop.
No.
I mean,
a shitload.
Edge is going to want far more than that is ever going to be able to be capitalized on.
Yeah. Definitely. And
the only way they'd be able to make money on it, right, is if they had another all-in.
Yeah.
You know, and capitalize on it like 6 months early.
Yeah.
That'd be the only way they'd make money on it. But
yeah,
can't see that happening.
No.
But I didn't hear what you said when you did that.
I don't think I said anything important. I think I was just puffing on this.
Got any more news?
No, that is it, bro.
I don't think I've got any more. Oh,
it's
Vikingo collapsed after AAA.
Okay.
I haven't read any more on it. I just heard that he collapsed and he was put in the back of an ambulance. That's all I can think off the top of my head. I mean, unless I just sit here and go, So yeah, that's all we have got. That's been the blog this week.
Accused the Japanese media of trying to end her career. She's always been like this, like being treated bad. I would say by the media in Japan. Always been Oscar.
Okay.
She recently put out a tweet fucking ragging the Japan media, saying, what's the Japanese women's wrestling division? Not Glow. WoW or...
Oh, wow. Women of Wrestling.
Yeah. Whatever. One of the Japanese one was basically created to ruin her career, he said.
Yeah.
And basically, she just destroyed the Japanese media and said she hasn't had any support. from any win until she came to America and met Triple H and Vince.
Yeah. I've never seen any of that.
So yeah, that's
that-
definitely what I've got. Huh?
That's the last bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's been the blog again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you to anybody who's helped us do this blog. Please watch any videos we have got online, being the Greenhouse merchandise memoirs and a couple of other bits. We'll have some more up in a bit because we're going to go to Wembley, AEW Wembley, baby.
Sarah. Oh no, it should be hey Saraya. She's going to Wembley.
But yeah, I've been Big C.
I've been Dorsey.
And we'll be back with another episode next week, possibly.
It's
going to be next week.
All in. Or is next week all in? Next week's all in.
But we'll have an episode that'll be 219 next week. So, you know, but that'll be sick. That'll be cool. So, yeah, just keep watching and all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, peace.